All right, welcome to Birthday Baes. Today, my usual co-host, he's in rehab right now. That meth addiction is really getting into him. But thankfully, we found somebody way more cool to be by. Please give it up for Ashley Sharma, the one, the only, the Scumber Party one of many hosts, I guess.
One third of a host.
Yeah, just one third of a host.
Yeah.
She decided to fill in while Cody is undergoing all the drug rehab therapy he needs. You know, that way he can get back to us. And so, yeah, we got a couple of cool things that JP pulled up for us. Usually it's just a skinny white dude and a fat ass white guy. So we're going to go and try to get some insight today. And I think we're going to try to see a real smasher pass list from an intelligent mind.
Let's go.
Because we know exactly what me and Cody's thoughts are always going to be. Like, if it says yes to us, we say yes to it. I think is probably me and his thought process on everything we do. So
I'm psyched. I almost minored in Smash or Pass. So,
oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm actually really well versed in it.
Yeah, so do you have like a ranking system or categories? Like,
it's really complicated, but in a way, yes. It's algorithms on algorithms.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
It would be hard for you, a layman, to understand.
A layman.
Yeah.
one of these poor whites to get it.
You wouldn't really understand.
All right, it looks like JP has sent us over our first thing, and let me do this. And
Who is that?
you don't know who that is?
No.
This is Andrew Santino.
Oh.
He does Bad Friends. Whiskey Ginger.
That name sounds familiar, but
Oh, okay. So,
I've never seen that.
Okay, so don't know who he is. An extra pale white.
Man,
I'm
gonna go pass.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go smash. Just because
You were naming a lot of stuff he does.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. So
yeah.
if he wanted to touch my butthole, I would find it to be an honor. You know?
He looks like he's gonna play Spider-Man. That's what he looks
The
like.
ginger version?
Yeah,
Like,
just
Yeah.
he just looks like he's about to play Spider-Man, or he already played Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, kind of looks like what was the middle Spider-Man's name?
He looks like all the Spider-Mans and Mary Jane mixed together.
Oh, he's their love child.
Oh yeah, that's who it is. He's Baby Spider Jane.
Baby Spider Jane, and he just does meth and has a lot of fun, just out there slinging webs.
You know so many people who use meth.
Well, classic.
Almost exclusively of the people you've mentioned so
That's
far.
fair. That's also very fair. All right, we have our second option. Bobby Lee.
I'm going to go smash.
Smash?
No, I'm going to go pass.
Okay. See, JP, I need some ruling here. Is Bobby Lee fucking me, or am I fucking Bobby Lee?
Wow, that's a toughie.
That's a toughie.
Yeah.
Walk me through why that's a toughie.
I guess like whatever your heart desires for this.
Okay, well, because I feel like...
Yeah, wait, now what do you want?
I feel like Bobby Lee has like kind of squishy hips, so it might seem okay from the back.
Is that what you look for?
I mean...
Squishy hips? That's your number one reasoning
Yeah,
behind
so this is how I rank things.
Dude, his dick's huge.
Yeah.
And I heard he fucks good, but his hips are rock solid. So it's going to be a pass for me.
Well, because, to me, because I'm not into dudes, but I could probably pretend.
It sounds like you might be into dudes.
Only the ones with squishy hips.
You're considering things I've never even thought of before. I thought I had a complex algorithm. In all my algorithms, squishy hips never came up.
See, I broke your master's degree in Smash or Pass.
That is... Wow.
I actually met him all the time. He smells like Cool Ranch Doritos, so that's
I'm actually really comfortable. I'm sitting really
smash.
comfortable in my pass right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Cool Ranch Doritos might not do it for me.
If you wanted to have sex with someone that smelled like Cool Ranch Doritos, you could just have sex with Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah.
It's possible. It hurts, but you could do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could get one of the Locos Tacos. All right. Whitney Cummings?
Smash.
Okay, I would agree with that. I feel like that's just a fair...
Yeah, she's... Right? Smash.
Yeah, for sure.
That's consensus, just smash. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Good one.
You seem confused about it, though. Like,
I don't know if I'm being misogynistic. 'Cause I'm like, I'll probably smash any hot girl ever. I think, yeah.
It's like Cody is still here. You know?
Very funny.
Chris DiStefano?
Smash.
Okay, I would...
I want to say, with all of these, I'm like, I don't want to have sex with a comedian. But it's...
Well, that is very true. Like, that has been always...
That's my holdup, is I'm like, oh, God.
But you're just having sex with them. You're not going to, like, get some...
I don't have to talk to them?
Yeah, you don't have to talk to them
No,
afterwards.
actually, these all seem... Yeah, Chris DiStefano, Smash.
Yeah, me too. I would like to be the reason that Chris Stefano officially has to say that he is gay. Because he's always having the thing where he's like, I'm just going to not be gay this year.
His hair looks very strange there.
It
I
does.
don't mean to be...
Yeah, no, you're good.
He's typing. A new one's incoming.
Uh-oh.
The anticipation is killing me. I can't see who it is.
That's Andrew Schultz.
Oh, Smash, 100%.
Yeah.
That one's easy. Duh.
Okay, so were you a big G-Eazy fan? Because I feel like that's...
Yeah, I mean,
Because he's like...
He looks so weird and small in this picture, but it's just a tiny picture.
Yeah.
Everyone else had a headshot, and you guys went you went torso heavy on the pic.
Yeah, well, we wanted to show off that nice belt he's wearing, where he's just very distinct.
Everyone else's picture was like here.
Yeah, just right up here.
It was like, we want to remind you that he's not that tall. But I'm still going Smash.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next one.
I'm on the edge of my seat now.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
Esther Pavitsky.
Oh, that doesn't look like Esther Pavitsky. I'm gonna go Smash. I like Esther Pavitsky.
What would I know her from?
Trash Tuesdays. Bobby Lee's ex-girlfriend, this podcast.
What's
Oh, okay.
There's a show that she's on.
I'll say she's in front of a Star Wars thing, but I don't know if that means
I feel
anything.
like that doesn't look like her. Maybe
Yeah.
she looks different. Maybe I haven't looked at a picture of her in a couple
Well,
years.
sometimes JP does profile us whats, and he doesn't always get it right. But
There's a show with her and a bunch of other girls in it. Doll something? I can't remember.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely Smash. Yeah, it's all coming out that any girl, I'm like, absolutely Smash. No, of course.
Why wouldn't I?
But any boy, I'm like, ew.
Oh,
What's this guy's name?
yeah,
How do you
Jeselnik.
say his last name?
Jeselnik.
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 I always say Giselnik, which is not correct.
Yeah, I feel like he would just bully me after.
Yeah,
we had
he'd be
sex.
really, really mean to me.
So I don't think I'd be into it.
Short and mean. He's not short. I'm saying the sex would be short and
Oh.
mean.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
that's not the worst thing.
That's not the worst.
At least it's quick. At least
Yeah.
it's not long and mean.
Yeah, say if it's long and
That's
bad,
way
that's probably
worse,
way
yeah.
worse. Yeah. Where at least like if it's short, it's like, well, we're done now. I can.
He'll be mean, but it'll be over fast.
Yeah, I feel like I'd take my shirt off and he'd be like, "What, chubby?" And I wouldn't like to come to that. That would be upsetting.
Again,
for
I'm
me.
like, do I just hate boys? Am I learning something about
Yeah,
myself?
I think this is a new segment.
I'm thinking
Why
so
Ashley
hard.
hates men.
Yeah.
So-
No, I'll go Smash. He's pretty funny.
Okay.
He makes me laugh sometimes.
He kind of looks like if we were in a Bed Bath & Beyond, he'd be looking at his own candles. And
He's also
That's fair.
I'd like someone to just like hold my hand and be by my side and check out the
Yeah.
candles I want to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't both be in the candles. You
Yeah.
know?
I'm realizing I'm just taking your phone now.
That's fine.
I'm realizing I don't know what any comedians look like.
Really?
Yeah, like I just am like, wow, I never really look at people's. I guess if I listen to stand up, I usually don't look at people anymore. Like it's all
you're not like watching.
I don't really watch anymore.
Okay.
Or if I have stand up on and this is bad and it's an insult to the art form.
You're playing on your phone.
I'm not playing on my phone, but I'll
okay.
have it on as background noise. Like I don't really sit and watch TV.
Really?
My TV kind of sucks right now, so I don't really sit and watch TV because I have bad internet and I really haven't watched much TV the past few years. But I will put it on my laptop and then I'll just be like cleaning my house and I'll listen to stand up. So I guess I haven't seen people in a while. Everyone looks like way older than I remember.
Yeah, you're remembering Andrew Schultz from like Guy Code, and you're like, yeah, and then it's like
I saw
it's
Andrew
like now
Schultz.
he's so old.
Yeah, I saw him live. Gosh, I want to say like a couple months ago, but it's probably like a year and a half ago. But it was at the Paramount, and I was sitting so high up that, gosh, I was like, it's so funny, but I can't really see it.
Yeah, it's like I can't wait for the special to come out so I can watch it on a
so
big
I can see what his face was doing the whole time.
Yeah. Nikki Glazer.
Oh, Smash.
Okay,
100%.
for sure.
Yeah, it's undeniable.
yeah. Say just any
Smash is
any
hilarious.
female, and she's like,
I'm
yes.
down.
Yeah.
Ladies,
Yeah.
ladies who are fans of Birthday Boys, hit me
Yeah.
up if you want to have sex with me.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah. Apparently, you can just walk up and she'll smash. And that's,
Just text me a picture of yourself, and I'll be like, I would have sex with you.
Yeah. We're creating new segments all the time.
That is wild.
And then,
Every time it's a boy, I'm like, well.
how does his
It's
comedy
so
make
harrowing.
me feel? You know?
And I recognize her right away. She looks great.
Yeah.
She looks awesome. I'm gonna go pass on this one. I don't know who he is, but he's giving me a real weird vibe.
Yeah. His hair's kind of cute. I feel like he would tower over me and make me feel uncomfortable.
I know I said I didn't know who he was, but I can just tell he's not funny.
Oh, damn.
No reaction.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't know.
Yeah.
We're talking about you.
Yeah, you made it, bud.
You're in Smash or Pass.
I'm on Smash or Pass.
Yeah.
Pass, bro. Yeah.
What an honor.
I got bad news though.
Was I smashed?
You were not smashed at all.
I called your hair cute. So
I'm actually gonna smash Nikki Glazer again.
Oh, you're gonna circle back.
I'm gonna circle back.
Yeah. Would you let him watch at least? I mean,
No, oh my God. I
at a
especially
charity?
wouldn't let him watch.
Oh, wow.
If he's involved, we gotta keep him at least busy.
Well, he'd be busy if he was watching. I'm sure of that.
Yeah. Wow. Danny, don't make those gestures. You make me sick.
Oh, yeah.
He's just watching. He just likes to watch podcasts. Like he's a watcher.
Yeah.
Just sitting there absorbing all of it.
There's a chair in all of his rooms, actually. Just
Yeah, he's a real chair boy.
big corner guy. You
Wait,
know?
let me do a review of my smashes or passes.
Okay. I think there was no one that you said no to other than Bobby Lee.
Wait, no, I said no to everyone, didn't I? I said no to
Oh
Spider-Man.
no, yeah, you said no to
Baby Spider-Man Jane.
Baby
Andrew
Spider-Man.
Santino. Bobby Lee. Whitney Cummings.
I feel like
Stefano.
you said-
Andrew Schultz, I said yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Esther, I said yes. Oh, I did say yes to most of them.
yeah,
Am I a whore?
maybe. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's because wanting to have sex with somebody or willing to have sex with somebody and having sex with somebody, I think is very different. You know,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
like
And
I think
honestly, all of them I wanted to be like, pass. I would like to go home instead of having sex.
it turns out if they would fix my internet, we would rather.
Yeah, I'd rather just hang out and watch TV.
Yeah. I'll have their specials playing in the background while I don't watch. You know that.
I feel like
that can be your thing.
Yeah, exactly, right. I feel like that was so indicative of me as a person, just being like, I was really, really picky about all of it. And you were like, you said yes to everyone.
Yeah.
Did I? Shit.
Do what?
Oh my God.
So is that
Yeah.
how you ended up with your podcast co-host that you did? You just said yes to everyone?
Just said yes to every single person. Wait, are you saying how I ended up dating him or how I ended up on the podcast?
On the podcast.
Oh,
So were you
well,
guys dating first?
We were dating first, and
Okay,
we
okay.
were both doing comedy. We started dating, and then Andrew Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pointing and saying I'm talking about Danny Goodwin. Andrew Murphy, our other friend, like texted me and was like, "Hey, would you like to do a podcast?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "Cool, dude, I'd love to." And I saw Danny later that day, and I was like, "Dude, guess what? Murphy asked me to do a podcast with him," and he said, Murphy asked me to do a podcast with him. And we were like, oh, shit. And then Murphy was like, yeah, it's us three. And I was like, I feel like you could have done a group chat, but...
He's like, I had a very specific way of going about this.
I know, now I'm wondering who we texted first. I'm going to say it's me.
Yeah. Well, and we'll stand by that here at the Birthday Boy. We'll take a hard stance that it was you.
And I wonder if he texted other people first. No, I think it was... I'm going to say that he...
There was
thought
almost a
podcast.
panel.
Yeah,
There was almost a podcast
Were we the
panel.
last resort for
Yeah.
this? No, I think, honestly, the three of us hang out a lot just as friends and watch a lot of basketball, watch a lot of movies. The three of us have very similar interests. So it made sense. It was just kind of funny that I was like, he didn't mention that you were going to be on the podcast at all. And he was like, he didn't mention that you were going to be on it.
Yeah.
But we were very excited. So
Maybe he was trying to go and he was going to do a test run, one of each of you, and then be like, you did much better. I'm sorry.
yeah, we're actually going to have to let you go. Although that is the premise of the podcast, where we kind of have a test every episode. And whoever brings the worst contribution, we send them home.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, we do that at the end of every single one. It's rarely me, so I guess that's the answer, that I should just have a podcast without them.
Yeah, you should just be on your own, talking about fucking women comedians.
Yeah,
and
that may not be a podcast.
Yeah,
That may be
yeah,
something else entirely.
Yeah, I think it is. I think there's a category
I
for it
think,
in
yeah.
some other channel.
I think
probably
it could be very popular.
Yeah.
But at what cost?
I think $5.99 per subscription per month would be
Yeah,
what I would.
I think-
If I was going to charge for something, I would.
I think our Patreon would do very well.
Yeah.
And I wonder if I would get any follow through with it.
Yeah. Well, that is.
That'd be awesome.
That
That'd be
is
great if I
the
did.
most dangerous part about. I always said, girls always think, oh, I don't want to do an OnlyFans because all these people will see it, and it's like, well, but what if you do an OnlyFans and no one subscribes?
That's true.
Because that would be the real
That'd be the real
cunt punch.
Yeah, gosh, I have some friends who do OnlyFans, and all the power to them. But I think I would be offended either way. Exactly like you said, I would be upset no matter what. I'd either be like, ugh, all my friends or like all these people I know, I can see their credit card information. I know it's them. That's disgusting. But then if anyone that I know didn't immediately subscribe,
you'd be
I'd
like, what?
What the hell? What is wrong with you?
You piece of shit.
I would be mad at everyone all the time.
Yeah.
I would be insane about it. So girlies that do OnlyFans, all the power to you, because that is taking a mental stability that I simply do not possess.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I don't think most of the girls I know that do OnlyFans have a mental stability either.
Oh,
but,
they're making cash. Every girl I know that does OnlyFans, because I'm only friends with the hottest, sexiest women in the world, make so much money off of it that I'm like, oh, wait, this should, you guys have everything. Like, why am I working 12? Yeah, I'm like, your job seems way, and they have, most of my friends have like pretty positive experiences with it. And are like, yeah, it's like very, I know some other people have had negative experiences, but all the girlies I know are like loving it, make good money. And I'm like, damn. If only I had the tenacity.
Well, see, I've always told my fiance that we can create a account with like her face and photos of my butthole. Like, I think, that way.
And who do you think is the target audience there?
Whoever,
I would argue that it's not even your fiance.
Oh, no, definitely not. Definitely not. Because if she thought my butthole was going to be involved, I don't think she would have got involved. Like,
got it.
But yeah,
and you think strangers might be interested.
Oh, you never know. Somebody that's just like, wow, that chick does have a hairy butt.
Oh, you're tricking people.
Yeah, we're going to lie about it. We're going to pretend like it's her account. But I just told her, I was like, it can just be all my butthole photos. And then we could sell them as yours if it ever gets outed and doxxed.
You think?
That'd be hilarious for me.
Because you're like, surprised it was my genitalia the entire time. But do you think that the butthole is the draw for an OnlyFans?
No, but I think it could be.
It could be. If it was yours.
Yeah, if you geared it to only butthole people.
You think people are looking at your fiance's face and going,
I want to see that butthole.
I have to to pay money to see her rectum.
I wish. I would. It wouldn't bother me one bit. If I had just being like, I would love to see her butthole. Like, I feel like that's the least offensive part to show somebody.
Tell me more about that.
Well, because it's just a butt. Like, it's not really like a private part.
What do you mean by offensive?
Well,
I guess.
Think, I
offensive
think,
like bad, or like offensive like
no,
it's
like
dirty?
Like secret private, Because, like, if you found out, like, people were, like, passing around photos of, like, your vagina, you'd be like, that's weird. But I feel like
but
it's
if it was my butthole,
I feel like it's way
think
less
I'd be
weird.
pretty cool about it.
I don't know if you would be, but I'm making the argument for you to be.
I have to tell you something about if I found out people were spreading around images of my rectum.
Yeah, well,
I would not love it.
You wouldn't be cool with that. Okay.
So if you're gonna try that, I'm gonna go ahead and veto it right off the bat.
Okay. Well, see, I thought I had a good sales pitch here.
I love that. You're like, I've got the perfect idea for OnlyFans. My fiance's face.
Yeah, well, like, because she's like, no one sees me as, like, I want to see that fat guy's butthole. But they, like, oh, this is a butthole only page, And then you could get that kind of market audience.
You're just
trick them for a little while.
You're not even meaning to. You're revealing so much about yourself. We're learning so much right now. You guys have no idea.
It's all right. If only I even knew who I was. So, you know.
Wow. I've learned that was what a magnificent and grand idea. Everyone's just like feet pics, but you went really somewhere else entirely with it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because, like, I couldn't take photos of my feet and have people think they were hers. That'd be weird. Like,
That would be weird.
Well, like, no one would see, like, my feet and be like, that belongs to a female, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you another question. But you think they would look at your rectum and go, that...
Close-ups, you know?
How close?
I don't know.
Just the...
As close as needed.
As close as
it takes so there's not so much hair there, I guess.
Interesting.
It might take waxing. And I don't know if I'm that brave. So I guess me and her are just gonna
Your
have to keep
business
working.
plan's falling apart before your eyes. I'm really poking some holes.
Yeah.
Poking some holes in your business plan.
Hopefully there's like 4 or 5 in there, you know?
4 or 5. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Wow. I'm learning so much today.
Yeah.
I just got here.
Yeah.
And I'm learning.
We've never met before this.
Yeah. And this is one of our first few conversations.
Yeah.
And I've learned so much. This is, you know, when people are like, I hate small talk.
Yeah.
I want to know your hopes and your dreams. This is what I want to know. What's your crackpot OnlyFans
pitch.
idea?
Yeah.
And I don't want you telling me that you would just do feet pics.
Yeah.
I want to know what your idea is to fool the OnlyFans viewers.
Yeah.
Also, the face would be the part, like, even if it was... Anyways, I could talk for hours about why this idea has holes, but I won't.
Well, I mean, it'd kind of be like if you're going to go and, like do the arm crest photos and pretend it was boobs or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I thought people
or is that a butt?
Is
that a butt?
We'll take a look. What, does that look like boobs to you?
We'll zoom in for this.
Zoom into... I could never understand how either one looks like either one.
Okay, have you ever seen boobs?
Well, one time on the intrawebs, Dad got mad. But no.
Because that's...
Well, see, but, like, I never understood what either one of those was supposed... Like, because that doesn't look like a butt either. Like, that just looks like a line in
I've
skin.
never seen anybody naked because I'm celibate. But I can imagine
Yeah.
that it...
Not even yourself. You banned mirrors.
Yeah, no, of course, I would never...
Yeah, that's
Well,
sinful.
I have mirrors, but they're only...
They're all up here.
They're all here and up.
Yeah.
And everything else is a mystery to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that I'm a child of God.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah.
Hallowed be thy name. Mm-hmm. It is like Cody's here, you know? He was our youth pastor, and now he's on heroin. So rest in peace to him.
He died?
They'll have to tune in next week and find out.
That escalated so quickly. I guess rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I guess you're saying my half-cocked idea won't work?
Yeah, no, it's not going to work at all. Damn. I would highly suggest that you just, work at your regular job.
Oh, okay.
That seems like it's a better avenue for you.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I was just hoping to scam people out of money.
Mm-hmm. There's ways to do that where you don't have to even worry about
my butthole shaving?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that is relieving, I think. To not have to shave.
Yeah, just
nice.
like hustle people at pool or something.
See, now you're going back into have to have a skill. And that's very upsetting.
You can do a weight gaining service.
Yeah, there we go. I'm Jenny Craig the other way, you know?
Oh, that could...
I teach people how much Whataburger you can really eat, you know? Like,
showing them the limits.
Yeah, it's like, that triple's all for you, big guy, you know?
I don't know what a triple is.
I don't know. I was just making
Oh, you're
stuff
making
up.
it up?
Yeah,
See, that, maybe you could name...
See? Yeah.
There's your skill.
Here we go.
Naming burgers.
Bacon cheeseburger. 3 of them together.
But you have to have, there's some with some really weird names. I saw a commercial for a burger where I think the buns were just fried chicken. And wait.
Sounds like a heart attack.
Yeah. Sounds like a heart attack.
Hey.
That's the name of it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or like one of those, have you ever seen a donut burger? Where they
I
take
have,
a donut?
where they grill it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I've never actually had a burger in my life, which is lame. I feel like it's the opposite of a brag. People get really mad at me. I just have never had beef. And so I've never had a burger.
Like for religious reasons? Or
well,
like...
I mean, it was When I was younger, I guess it was, but that's weird to
Okay.
say because everyone else in my family has had beef. Like my parents had it at some point when they were younger, but for the most part, I was raised Hindu,
Okay.
and so we didn't eat beef. But my brothers do now. My parents are both vegetarians now, but they have had beef. I'm the only one who's like never had it in my
Okay,
family.
so like they didn't have a rule. You like made a rule for yourself?
Yeah, when I was really young, I was just like, I had never had it, and I was like, that's animals. And so I just was like, I don't want it. And then but I did eat like chicken and we eat a lot of seafood. And then now I am completely vegetarian because I was really poor for a little while. Couldn't afford to buy meat.
So you're like, grass is the way.
And I was like, yeah, vegetables are cheap.
Yeah,
So
that is very true.
meat
Meat is super expensive.
It
Like,
is. It's very
so
expensive. And I was like not even eating very much of it. And when I was really poor in college, it made a huge difference in my grocery bill. And then I just stuck with it. And I think it was even earlier than college. It's for a while though. But anyways, I have seen the donut burgers, and argument of just like anything that's got anything other than buns as the buns being kind of gross. That one kind of makes sense to me, just because it's like donuts have a distinct texture. Like that could be good, right?
Yeah, there used to be a little like lunch place that me and some guys at the shop I used to work at would go to and meet up and eat there. And they had one, and a couple of the guys ate it, and they were like, that was delicious, but it looked so gross watching somebody eat that.
Yeah, I mean,
because it was so messy. I was like, I don't want diabetes that fast.
Yeah, I mean
I want to ease into the process.
Yeah, you're taking the slow route.
I want to lose my feet on my time.
Yeah. You don't want them to fall off.
Yeah,
in one go.
overnight. Come on.
First and foremost, I don't think you understand how diabetes works. It's not that you eat something really crazy and your toes fall off, but we can talk about that.
You're poking holes in all my arguments today.
I don't think you understand how many things work.
I don't. This is I don't think this is a new realization to any of our listeners.
Wow, I'm learning. So by finding out the things you don't know,
Yeah.
I'm also learning. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in terms of, it is just at its essence probably grotesque and super American to just be like, we need two donuts on the outside.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of those things, like I guess, would a donut burger have like lettuce and stuff too? Because that would seem kind of gross. But if it's just donuts and then like some sort of meat patty, I'm like, that's kind of like any sort of like croissant breakfast sandwich, right?
Yeah.
It's got a little sweetness to it. I don't know. I'm thinking really hard about the donut burger for someone who's never had a burger.
Yeah,
I'm just
well,
guessing.
Maybe that'll be your first burger. It's a donut burger.
Maybe not.
That'll be your rule. Like, I'm not having a burger until I can get 10,000 calories out of that hamburger.
That'd be so funny if that was the reason I didn't eat burgers.
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough calories.
What the fuck is up? All of you fucking milkshake pieces of shit. We just want to let you know that we just got some brand new fucking merch down in the description below. Buy some so we can keep doing this shit every week. Fuck your mom.
But yeah, so the donut burger, and then I think, because I was a big fan of the McGangbang, personally.
I'm shocked to find out that this is a thing.
Yeah, well,
Explain the McGangbang.
So you take a double cheeseburger, and then you take a McChicken, and you put the chicken with the hamburger, and then you just leave, a bun on each side, and then you have all the things that a growing boy needs,
Wow. Oh, wow. I don't even know. I'd recently found out, this is how little I knew about burgers. I found out like a month ago that a hamburger has no cheese, and a cheeseburger is just a regular hamburger with cheese.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought that a hamburger always had cheese, and a cheeseburger meant that they have no vegetables, which is not correct.
That's not correct.
That's what I thought. I just didn't know. So and now that I'm finding out about this McGangbang, I'm shocked.
Yeah. When I put cheese on my McGangbang.
When I put cheese.
So I always have cheese on my
What a
McGangbang.
strange sentence you just said, with no recognition that that's a very weird thing.
Yeah. Well,
McGangbang.
we already
Is this a thing?
explained it. Yeah, I mean, I think.
Do you know that this is
Did
a
you know? You know about this, right, JP?
I've never.
It's a thing.
You know
Okay.
it's a thing now.
Okay. Maybe it's a generational thing because JP is like 160. So
Oh, yeah, they didn't even have McDonald's back
yeah,
then.
yeah, he used to have to still slay his own chicken
Yeah,
to make a sandwich. So,
that's true.
You know, back in the olden times, whenever the West was discovered.
There was only medieval times back then, so that's the only
Well,
place to eat.
Wow.
Yeah. There was
Yeah.
no McDonald's.
There's
It's
just
way too
Burger
fast.
King.
Yeah,
'Cause
there's
it was
just
medieval times.
Just
yeah.
all medieval
Yeah.
restaurants.
According
Yeah.
to the McDonald's wiki, it's also called the Baba Booey burger.
Well, they're a bunch of nerds.
Did
They-
you have the McDonald's wiki saved? You look like you
I
might.
edit the
You
McDonald's.
wrote that?
Yeah, it's actually his Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Like,
Who do you think started it, bitch?
yeah. Who do you think runs this website? Okay, me, a man of God.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I'm learning a lot about burgers. I don't think, wouldn't the texture of fried chicken and a burger be very different and unappealing, or no?
They are very different. Part of what makes them so magical.
It's good.
Because it's like a crunch. Because you get like, chicken sandwiches are kind of crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
You've had chicken sandwiches though, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
I've had a
okay,
chicken.
yeah.
I used to,
Alright.
when I ate meat, I used to like, when I go to Canada, because the meat quality is better.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
the regulations. Fast food in Canada is so fucking good. When I was a little kid and I would go to Canada and I'd get like a McChicken. I think
Yeah.
they're calling it something different now. Right? They just changed it.
Crispy.
A McCrispy, that's what it is. But it was like the
Okay.
McChicken sandwich back then. It was so much better than when you'd have it here. That's another thing I'm really interested in. I like to look up international McDonald's menus.
Yeah.
And see what like their stando items are, because
Yeah,
they
well,
will have. Do you know
yes,
what I
that is-
mean?
yeah, that is true. Because I mean, especially if you look at like India, where
Yeah, they
So-
have like rice and things like that, and people
Yeah.
say it's very like instead of they have like different base foods, and they have like I think they have like some sort of a curry that is like on their standard McDonald's menu, and I'm like that
Okay.
must rule. Like, and of course it's not like traditional, like it's not gonna be the best curry in the world, but I bet it's like that'd be awesome. I think
But-
that'd be so cool.
But wouldn't that kind of like, isn't that kind of like just going and getting a burger from McDonald's here though? Because that's just kind of like standard-ish food.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
imagine if you're like hammered and you can just eat curry. Like that instead of just the
Yeah.
only thing open is like
I'd
What
still
a
be trying to
burger.
find a Taco Bell. Like,
there's not a Taco Bell near where I live. Taco Bell has good fast food.
yeah.
I
Well,
guess that's the thing is you're not like, oh, Taco Bell's good Mexican.
Yeah, it's not Mexican food.
It's not. It's just junk.
Yeah, it's just garbage that you stuff down your throat,
I just
and then you're like, that was cheesy, and now I'm gonna go die. Like,
I would love to like try all the different international McDonald's foods.
Yeah. So
Um,
in India, do they still serve like hamburgers, or
I don't know.
Because I know that like,
Oh, I probably
So-
not because they don't eat beef.
is that like a nationwide sort of thing that like even people that aren't really religious still don't eat beef?
I imagine. I've never been to India. Full disclosure, my family, the past few generations of my family, were all born and raised in the Fiji Islands. We don't really have
Okay.
any relatives
That are
left in India.
in India.
But
Okay.
they did come from there, which is why I was raised Hindu. But
Yeah.
it's a little different culturally, being from Fiji, and it's certainly different visiting Fiji. It's not very similar
Yeah.
to India, aside from there being Indian and Hindu people there. They're called Indo-Fijians. So that's where my family's from. So I can't really speak to India that well. But if I had to guess, similar to like how in like Salt Lake City, there's not as many coffee places
Yeah.
because so many people are Mormon and they
Yeah.
don't drink coffee. So there's like all those soda places. Have you heard
See,
about this?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
But the fact that they can drink soda is such
But-
like a dumb loophole to me.
It's so weird, right?
Yeah, like
But they have like these soda places. I'm enthralled by this. They have soda places where you like they make it like a mixed drink. Like they add like cream, like coffee creamer,
really.
and like different like candy and fruit and
Hmm.
and it's just like they get like a big gulp.
Yeah.
And so they have like a menu of all these different soda flavors, and it'll be like Dr. Pepper and lime and creamer
Okay.
and that's a replacement for like I guess like getting your little drink.
Yeah,
like you get instead
yeah,
of getting
you
a
can
little
still go and
coffee.
kind of get your drink, and it's kind of part of like the morning ritual thing.
Yeah.
Without doing the coffee, but like
So like in
Yeah.
India, I was saying that like I imagine that just because there's less demand
It's probably
for
kind of the same
it's probably
thing.
I wonder if they would have maybe hamburgers available some places, but at some of the McDonald's, but
Yeah.
I bet it's not a popular menu item.
Yeah, I'm sure Burger King just doesn't exist over there because that's
Yeah, I have no idea. Or do I have the complete wrong idea about what it is like in India? And it's
I don't know. I'm too white to argue with you about any of this.
Guess
so
what?
I'm just gonna agree.
I'm not Indian enough to speak to it with confidence. So
well,
who's
we're
to
just
say?
gonna assume that we have a very white audience that'll just say that's probably true, and that's what we're shooting.
You
for.
probably know less than me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
No one's bad for it. We just don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, because that is something that I kind of, I guess, never really thought about. Because I know that McDonald's is a nationwide sort of thing, but yeah, you'd have different stuff in different places because what people are like trying to get quickly is going to be different. And
the Japanese menu is really interesting. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, I'm ruining your whole set. This is very soft. Why did I think this is the right way? There we go.
Yeah.
McDonald's around Eric.
Oh, what was that?
No, I said, who brought up McDonald's around Eric? Cause,
yeah, now I'm convulsing. So
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to get a triple. I'm going to make some high school kid learn how to make it, I'm going to go back there and teach him how.
Hey, listen, I need you to make... What was the name of the one with the chicken in it, Danny?
KFC Double Down.
The Double Down.
Yeah.
Intriguing. For someone who does not... like
You're very fascinated.
I am fascinated. I don't drink a ton of soda. I'm drinking a ginger ale right now. But I don't drink a ton of soda, and I don't eat a ton of fast food. Not from any sort of height, not from any sort of pedestal, just because I can't afford to.
Well, that's very understandable.
I simply must cook at home because I would. Fast food is good, but I can't eat it all the time because I'm not rich enough to do so.
It's always the late night after sets is whenever it hurts, though.
Dude, when you get off a show late at night and you haven't had dinner, you're like, I need to go to In-N-Out or P. Terry's and just go down. But if you do that 3-4 nights a week, that adds up. So I'm on my meal prep business. And
do the packaging.
Do the whole, and it's not sustainable packaging. Oh, I bet your listeners, I bet the birthday boy listeners are about to come for my throat for saying that when I meal prep, I don't use reusable containers anymore. Because guess what? Cleaning them out is gross, and I hate doing it. So I have all those little containers, and I try to.
You just throw them right away. You just throw them.
I try not
on
to.
the highway.
I feel so bad. No, I don't litter with
homeless
them.
people.
No.
You're like, eat this, and there's scraps in there, and then. You spray them with a fire hose.
I don't do that, but you're
hateful.
thinking of this really fast.
I mean,
you're thinking of it so quick.
Well, I was thinking of a fun way to do it. That would probably be it. You'd throw it at them.
I would never do that. I would do that. I would never, ever throw stuff or spray people experiencing homelessness with a hose. I would do that to you and most of the comedians I know, though, without even a second of hesitation.
But the second we're officially homeless... We're no longer...
Actually, as soon as you lose your house...
Yeah, it's like...
Any day now.
At any point.
Any minute now.
At any second of being a comedian, you're almost homeless.
I have zero sympathy for you when you're barely making rent, but as soon as you lose your home...
It's like, oh no.
You immediately become someone that I care deeply about.
Yeah.
And that's where I draw my line. If you're making rent, we're not buds anymore.
Yeah. Sorry, you're thriving. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. I really am so annoyed by people that are right on the brink of qualifying for the programs that I work for. I don't love you until you need me to love you.
Yeah. Well, that's just job security right there.
Yeah.
You're just trying to make sure that there's plenty of desperate, sad people being like, I need food to live.
I actually encourage them to. Yeah. I don't want to run out of people for my program, so I encourage the ones I like to get housed and help them find stable jobs. And I encourage open micers that I don't like to just keep bombing.
Yeah. Just quit your job. Do more open mics.
Yeah.
You can't get into that. You can't get to that 3:00 mic. You should be there.
Yeah. Quit your job.
It's important. There's
Comedy's about to take off for you.
There's only other comedians there. They're gonna help you.
No one else has told a joke about how white noise just sounds like a white noise machine is just playing Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
They need to hear your take on it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, do your bits.
Do more Tinder material.
Yeah. Tell us your thoughts on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
No one's done it yet.
I'm sorry. Did I just hear a vaccine joke? That's
Yeah.
the first one I've ever heard. You're gonna take off tomorrow.
Yeah. How did Tony not love you?
Yeah. No, you're not gonna bomb next time. You're gonna
Yeah.
do really good.
I would have gave you the secret show this time.
Yeah. You made my secret show. So
Is that a home?
quit your job. Quit your job.
Quit your job so that she.
You
can
made the
feel
secretest
important.
show of all time, which is where
Yeah.
you're not booked and
No one was invited.
no one was invited.
There's no tickets being sold. But we might sell tickets to no show.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that should be my new scam. I'll just sell tickets to a show that isn't happening. I'll call it the super secret show.
It's like a don't tell, but
Yeah.
it's just called like never tell.
Yeah, it's like never tell. and
Never
then-
tell comedy.
Yeah. And
You
then
buy
I'll,
the
like-
ticket and we are not going to tell you where it is.
Yeah, you gotta find
If
it.
you find it and then you don't have to run the show.
Exactly.
That's it,
Yeah,
dude.
and then they like just show up like at a different show, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
This
oh,
is
no,
it.
It's
That's
over.
actually a
Nice.
pretty good
Yeah,
plan.
you made it. We're just a creek in the cave.
Yeah, you just stand outside of other. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a scam.
I know.
Forget your OnlyFans stuff.
Yeah.
Now that we have a better one, I feel comfortable telling you that not only do you have a gross misunderstanding of OnlyFans, you have a gross misunderstanding of humans and what they want to see. And I'm not even sure you've had sex yet.
Well, you never know. That's dirty and gross.
Yeah. See,
So-
now you're thinking like me.
Yeah.
What you can do is start Never Tell Comedy,
Start never tell.
where you
comedy.
sell tickets and then tell people they have to find it, and then
Yeah.
just be outside another show.
Yeah, it's just like the boys from Neverland. They got told to never tell. And
That's
look
a-
what happened to them.
That's
So,
a play where no one loses.
Yeah.
You get money. The audiences do get a show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they think they're in on something that the rest of the audience isn't.
And then some show that wasn't gonna sell, like you could go to low attendance shows.
Yeah.
And then they have to. Wow.
See, I'm a man of God. This
And I'll
is-
take 30%.
Well, we'll transfer it through Bitcoin, through Dogecoin. So
Absolutely not.
it's gonna be through Starbucks.
It seems like
bucks.
that's what your primary currency. Like I believe that's what you're using.
Oh, you think I'm smart enough to figure out how to buy any of that?
I think you're dumb enough to figure out how to buy only that.
It's just I actually only accept payment in Dogecoin. So
Yeah, I truly don't really understand any of that. I know that's
Yeah,
that's like a joke that everyone says, but
yeah, I think it's one of those things that really dumb people got super involved in because it made them feel smart,
mm-hmm.
and they just haven't accepted they're normal people like me, who just have to accept that every scam they ever get involved in, they're too dumb to get in at the right time. Like you're always gonna be
if
the
by
guy
the time
that's,
it's you're
By-
like the bottom of the pyramid scheme
Yeah.
always.
yeah. By the time I figure out about something people are getting rich off of, the ship has left.
That's good.
Like the boat has left the station. Like all of that. Like I better just wave and be like, all right, cool.
That's a smart perspective to
Yeah.
realize that you're on the ground floor in
Yeah.
a derogatory sense.
Yeah, so
like not
it's-
like I'm on the ground. Wait, I guess you wouldn't be on the ground floor. I think I'm overthinking this. But
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you're like the last to know.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's a good way to think about it.
I would be the one that'd be buying the super secret show tickets.
You're
Yeah.
it's on the brink of crashing.
Yeah.
And then you're falling for
Yeah.
your own
Yeah, I was.
scams.
I would have been the guy buying a house in 2008. You know, one of the,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was what buying it after the crash.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like pre,
Or
because isn't that the deal that it would have been really good right before?
no, you would have wanted. Well, you would have wanted to buy right after. So I was probably like the last person to buy.
To buy
one of
full
those,
price?
One of those like extra fixed mortgage things. You know?
I was 13, so I didn't really have a full grasp on it.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. I still don't
I-
have any grasp on it.
Yeah.
I saw a movie once. I saw the trailer of a movie once, and,
and you were like, I think I get it.
and I was like, "Yeah, good job, Mark Ruffalo."
There's so many things like that where I truly don't know about them. And I think that people think, well, she's a nurse. She must be smart.
Yeah.
And I think I truly am very good. I think I do a great job at my job. I think I have a good understanding of nursing and critical thinking in that,
Yeah.
in that realm.
Great at giving people medicine and like being like,
I
"Don't get out of bed, bitch."
I truly, I think I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
And I think things I'm interested in and like really apply to my current life. I think I'm good at learning. There are things that happen that I should know more about. I don't know
Just,
anything about them.
Yeah.
Especially because my parents aren't from here.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, so many...
So they probably didn't really, like,
They
care.
didn't really... Yeah, they didn't care or know
Yeah.
about so many things that happened in history. And we're just like, we don't need to know about all that.
Yeah.
We're living in the now.
Yeah. We're future people.
We're people... And that's what my parents sound like. They immigrated here from the Fiji Islands, and they sound like angry conservative guys with a shotgun on their porch.
We're future people.
We're from the future. We don't need to know about the American Revolution and all
Now
that.
you get that F-150 and you get out of here. Go on get.
Yeah, I should start just being a lot of people. I feel like earlier when I started comedy, people would be like, you don't tell jokes about your parents and do the little accent, which first of all, they don't. My parents have
The little.
They don't
accent.
have an Indian accent. They have like
Yeah.
a very strange accent because they were taught English by British teachers.
Yeah.
And then, but also at home, their parents probably had slight Indian accents.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they sound like. They sound very strange. And they know that. They're always pronouncing words not in an Indian way, not in a British sounding way. They're just guessing.
Just kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah, they got their own.
Sir
and they-
Mix-a-Lot.
And they sound great. They do. I think they're very eloquent, but I don't know what it is. It's certainly not some accent that would be recognizable to an audience. They'd be like,
Yeah.
what is she doing? They think
Yeah.
I'm really bad at doing
Yeah,
an Indian
they're like,
accent.
is she being racist?
Yeah, they're like, what is, or does she just have a speech impediment? Like, they would not know.
Does she not know her parents?
Yeah, has she never, she was adopted by
Yeah.
someone, by
Was
aliens.
she raised by the what?
Yeah, I don't know what my parents sound like, but that was a question I got early on when I started
I
comedy.
feel like that's a very odd. What do your parents sound like?
Well, people, and honestly, you know who pushed for me to talk about my parents on stage the most was my parents. They'd be like, you never
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about me.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember my dad. Well, it was really my mom and all of like her siblings, all my aunts and uncles would always be like, "Our family's funny. Why don't you talk about us?" And I'm like, "Listen, half the shit y'all say, I can't say in public."
Oh, yeah.
So
Also, it's not
first off-
funny.
yeah, and then it's like you're not really funny, and like half of their stories that are funny, they're only funny because you know that. Like this, it's kind of
You gotta know them.
it's kind of the difference between like, oh, this is a funny story and this is funny comedy.
Yeah.
And that's where like a lot of people don't get the disconnect. But I do have some like bits about my dad. Mm-hmm. And I was running a show and I saw my dad come into the like hall we were doing the show in, and I saw him and I was like, I got some new bits for you guys, and I just did all my dad jokes, and I got on stage, I went back there, I was talking to him, and he's like, you were lying a little bit. It didn't quite happen that way. And I was like, but it was way funnier that way. And he's like, well, I mean, you know.
I have a joke about my dad that is so true that it's like really, really. I didn't even change very much from what happened. I think I changed like one little detail here or there, just to make it like a more concise joke, and it was like a real thing that we had fought about.
Yeah.
And then he came to a show, and I was like, my deal with my parents always was like, I'm not going to change my jokes.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are choosing to come watch, you're signing up for it. I don't want to be
you
like,
get what you get.
yeah. And I was like, you don't have to come watch. I would never be mad at you if you said, I don't want to know this part of you, and that's fully okay. But if you're coming, I'm going to tell it the way I tell it, because there's other people in this audience. And to their credit, they have come to many shows and have never once given me any grief about any of my material. But this one joke, it was about my dad, and he was shocked. I think he was shocked to hear how funny other people thought it was, because
Yeah.
it's really just something funny that he said. And I thought he was going to be mad, and he loved it. And then I said, like, give it up for my dad, he's here tonight, and that crushed. And he was like, I'm a comedian too.
Yeah.
Because he he loved it.
Yeah.
And then my mom, it was like, I mean, maybe the joke doesn't like, I don't know if it's something he wanted to be said on stage.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It doesn't reflect on him poorly, I don't think. But my mom is now like, well, why don't I have a joke about me?
Yeah,
like,
where's my joke?
Dad gets them. She goes, you say your parents and you say like dad, but you don't really say mom. But But I'm like, you would be mad if I,
Yeah.
like, I think my dad could take the punch a little bit. Like, my mom would be so sad if I didn't say anything except for, my mom is the sweetest and she's the best and she's so pretty.
Yeah.
She would be so mad if I said anything. So sorry, Mom. It's not funny for me to say how lovely and sweet you are. And that's all the material I get out of you because you're a darling. She loves this podcast. She's listening to it as soon as it comes out.
Yeah. She is now a birthday boy.
Yeah, she is the birthday boy.
Yeah.
She always has been.
Yeah, merch sold online. Yeah, see,
Exactly.
I think that is always kind of the thing, because like my mom like tries, you know, to be like, oh, okay.
I'll be a little silly.
Yeah, like, oh, you know, but like whenever I really lean in and start saying real shit, hey, you know, like
come
real,
on. Yeah.
real fast, and like I did a show in my hometown for the first time, and like I sold out like a full bar, and it was packed, and we got done. I ran the show and did some time, and then I like brought some other comedian friends of mine. We like all did some time and everything, got done, and we got off stage, and this lady had came up to my mom and was like, you know, it was funny, but like, how do you feel about him cursing in front of everyone like that? And my mom was telling me about it, and I was like, I wish you would have told me that before I closed out the show, because I would have been like, give it up for this dumb cunt.
Yeah.
Her son does coke regularly, and her husband left her. But
hey,
we're judging people because they cuss.
they said
Like,
a curse.
yeah, and it was... that was one of the first times that she was just very much like, you're a dumb bitch to another person. I was like, oh, okay. Mom kind of gets like, this is...
Its own thing.
Yeah, this isn't fully like how I think about things. This is just...
It's a performance.
Yeah, it's a funny thing.
Yeah,
Like,
my parents were more cool with it than I
Yeah.
expected them to be. They're certainly not like crass people. They are very funny. They've never been very like inappropriate.
Yeah.
But they love comedy. They were big Cap City people, even before, like when I was like a little baby, and like love comedy shows, love comedians. But they themselves have not, like, I think they watch dirty stuff and have watched like lots of movies that are certainly not clean, but they themselves, like, their own humor wasn't very dark or dirty in any way. And so I was nervous when they saw me that they would be like, because I'm not super dark or dirty, but like, I thought that they would be kind of like anti me saying anything.
Yeah.
And no, they were actually really cool right from the get-go. They came to my first show ever, which was kind of a nightmare. And they loved it and were excited right away and never gave me any shit about it, because I think they were like, my parents are tough and they liked me. They thought my comedy was at least good, at least better than they thought for a first show. Like, I was competent right away. And they were like, instead of being like, you have to be a nurse, you can't be a comedian. They were very much like, you have to be really good at both of these or we're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
So they're always like, how's the comedy going? Have you talked to like industry people? Like, they were like, they want me to go big or go home. It was never one or the other. It was like, guess what? If you're not successful at both, we're going to be pissed.
We're going to be disappointed either way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they're like, they saw the business opportunity in it.
Yeah.
They were both like, when my dad saw, some people asked for like my Instagram. I don't know what he saw, like people asking for my Instagram, and like, I think he saw me getting money after a show and was like, oh, she could like do something with this. And he was immediately on board. He's very business minded, so he was excited.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went back, and I was talking to my dad about how I'd made like $250 for a show. And he's like, how long did you work? And I was like, like 15 minutes. And he's like, oh, well.
Wait, hang on, let me do the math there.
He's like, do you realize you were making this much a minute? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but you can't think about it like that. Like, that's not the way you can like have that mindset for comedy, because
you're putting in so much time.
And it's not like you work 8 hours, you get paid that same hourly rate that you did for the 15. Like, it's not the same thing. But I think that was the first time he was like, oh, okay, cool. Because, like,
you're getting,
yeah, like, my dad was old enough that, like, to him, like, you were Richard Pryor, you were on the Tonight Show. Like that was kind of what comedy was.
Yeah, there's
Like,
a very clear.
Yeah, all of the like new like people that are like making money on podcast. Like I remember telling my mom and dad like, oh yeah, this comedian Orange Fear, he put his special up on YouTube for free. And my mom said, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard of. I was like, was like 6 million views, and she's like, what does that matter? And I'm like,
That's more
Oh,
views
yeah,
than
it's-
people that are on the Tonight Show, like
Yeah.
on those late night shows, are getting now.
but it's just not. It's not really their.
It
their
doesn't
mindset.
compute. Yeah, well, it makes sense that I think even some comedians don't realize, and not in a bad, not like in a bad way, just like doing big podcasts with the amount of regular listeners that they have is more exposure than
Yeah.
even TV appearances, because
Yeah.
TV and Netflix and all these things are super saturated, which doesn't mean that specials are bad, but it is just, when you're looking at numbers, a podcast appearance is more valuable in exposure than even some TV gigs. I don't know about getting like paid regularly or anything, but in strictly exposure, some of those podcasts and like YouTube channels get like
all kinds.
so many views. So it's like, it's just different. The world's changing.
Yeah.
Right in front of our eyes.
But speaking of big shows, I think we're getting ready to wrap up. Do you have any big shows coming up? Anything you want to announce? Make sure that the viewers find you at, and you can check out here around Austin or around.
I can't remember any show I'm on next. I
Okay.
have a little list on my phone, but my phone's over there. I don't need to
Okay.
go. But you can, I post my shows on my Instagram, which is DAT_Ash, ASH. And that's the only, and you can check out my podcast, Gumber Party, like Slumber Party, but with a C, on Instagram, and it's on Spotify, and I think it's on Apple, Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, Apple Podcast.
Apple
and I think
Podcast
it's on YouTube, I think.
It's on, and it is on
Because
YouTube.
I found it on YouTube. So.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of people who have been watching the YouTube lately have been saying that they appreciate it because there's like a snack, like a food element to this podcast, and you can see the snack, or more specifically, you can see how disgusting the snacks that the two other hosts make. My snacks roll, and that's final. Anyways, that was my plug.
Yeah. Well, here, cheers to the birthday Baes, and make sure you subscribe to their podcast, our podcast, and check us out every week. See ya.